Alright, we're finally back after some technical issues. We managed to make it work after all. We're still playing Horizon Forbidden West. We're like... I think we're on our 26th episode now? 25th? Somewhere around that. And, we just made a clan, more or less accidentally, made a clan go up against itself. And, now we get to, see the fruits of our labor, where, they will apparently, just, fight it out amongst themselves for the next few months. If we can't fix things. Don't forget to drink something. And now that I've wet my whistle, we can go and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse. Oh, that's cool. So that skewer that is in the menu, or at least one of them, of the food vendors, they actually have some.
Not a very helpful one.
That's cool.
Their machines were different from those that roam the wilds today, and their secrets died with them.
Okay, but you should know that I got some new pieces since we last went to.
That was a nice... Someone mentioned... I guess he was talking about the 10, or the old ones, and in this case the 10th task group, something like that. Okay, the Gate of the Vanquished. This will be interesting, I guess. Gonna be main questing, how horrible. Main questing, such bull. I think this was a bunch of solar panels. It would be kind of cool if we got a story that, involved restoring solar panels to function. Like, I mean, I don't want to go and, have to go to each of these and, like, scrub them or something like that. Wax on, wax off, something like that. I mean, we could just do this. I mean, they could just do this as a montage. But, it would be cool. Like, these machines feel really impressive. Where is that? I can't even pinpoint the noise. I think over there. Ah.
Sounds like there are people in trouble.
Nora! Hey! Over here! You, Nora! Can you assist us with these chargers?
We're supposed to be guarding against strangers.
Oh, I'm empty. Hey, how are we gonna do that? Exactly.
Let's see.
Over here.
Okay, this doesn't seem to help much. Let's see how much. What is there? Okay, weak versus electricity. Of course, we haven't equipped anything. That doesn't work. Okay, so, but we have the... This one is, Should have done the other one first. Okay. Here are the other chargers. Alright.
My weapons are useless without ammo.
Just reload. Okay.
Concentrate here!
Where's the other one?
That's the last of the chargers.
Okay, we got
Let's
them
find
all.
out what those Tanakh are doing here.
Hatacto, over here.
Yeah. That Nora's fighting the Chargers!
That doesn't mean you can stop fighting them.
Okay, they want to...
Next time.
That was a voice bark that was apparently intended for if this match lasts longer. Okay.
Pack's full. I can get it from my stash later.
Always expect danger.
Alright.
Hey! Who are you? Tell us what you're doing here.
How did you end up in trouble with those chargers?
You need to answer our questions. We don't answer yours.
Hatacto, she just fought on our side.
That doesn't mean she's an ally.
That's pretty much exactly what that means. And we've enough to do chasing down these Regala zealots without picking fights with Nora warriors.
Regala's desert to Noct. We should be fighting alongside her instead of sitting this out.
Regala has forgotten her duty and let her anger at the Carja draw us into... We will speak about this later. You fought with courage and honor. You're free to go on to the Grove, Nora.
Ah, that was apparently
Why aren't we bringing her to justice?
intended to be
Follow orders.
for us to run into when we came here. And I apparently ran by them. So... Okay, still have 200 meters to run over there. Maybe I should have taken my horsey. Oh, and I just realized I should have probably refilled at my stash, but okay. We'll see. It'll make it more interesting if I suddenly run out of arrows. Alright. The Gate of the Vanquished. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do have... We're already out of that type of arrows then. Okay. This might not be very easy. But let's see. Maybe we'll get something inside.
That's a lot of angry Tanakh. Draka and Yara are already here.
The challenge has been issued. You're their commander. You can stop this.
She can try.
Alright, I guess we'll see if we can talk them out of it.
You're here.
Ah, the flame that took down the bulwark.
Aloy, did you come to witness the challenge?
Does there have to be a challenge?
Oh yeah, there does.
If you persist, all of these squads will join the fights. How many will die here? And how many will die in our villages once the retaliation begins?
There has to be another way.
Listen to what she has to say. You both owe her that much.
Oh, we have to choose a side? Well, let's speak with someone. Maybe then we get a fourth option or something. This will be interesting, though.
Yara, do you really need to do this?
He sabotaged the wound. You can't tell me you believe he knew nothing about it. And it was all part of his plan, to force a confrontation. Don't you see? This is what he's wanted all along. It doesn't matter how many die as long as he gets what he wants. Command of the clan. No. I'm putting an end to this. Now!
Draka, you lost a lot of good people hunting machine hearts to trade for water. You want to lose more now?
But that cost is exactly why I'm doing this. Why I had to send people to find other sources in the first place. I swear to you, I had nothing to do with what happened to the wound. Ukta came to me, said he found underground leaks that might lead to another well, that's all. I didn't tell him to screw it all up and drain the wound.
So stand down so we can all talk about this.
No! No more talking, no more lies. Yara can't be trusted. That's been proven.
Really? We have to choose a side? Okay, let's see what happens in that, but I guess it's the only choice we have right now. I don't know, like, who would I choose? I mean, maybe we're given a third choice or something. But, you know, like, Yara not telling anyone, that's a sign of insecurity, of course, but, you know, it comes from a place where, you know, she wanted to maintain peace, so I can kind of see that, you know, I can kind of explain that. On the other hand, Draka has been rash the whole time. So she... not quite the right word, but she's not calculating, what would be the word, you know, like she thinks through what she does, and she might do something uncomfortable, but, you know, at least she thought out consequences. She thought through what consequences might lead to that. And, you know, those two have been... it seems like those two have been going against each other for a while now. You know, he's been angling for her position quite a while, so... I guess if I had to pick one of the two, I would pick Yara. Just because it seems as a smarter long-term investment, but really, you don't want either of them at this point. You'd ideally want them to somehow work it out, or at least work it out amongst themselves, you know, as proxies. Ah, okay, so we get the choice. Side with Yara, side with Draka, or you both need to stand down. And yet that's really, like, we know the consequences here. We know that this will be a protracted war no matter which of the two wins, and the whole faction will be weakened. So...
Is this how you two plan to save your clan? By causing a massacre over who gives the orders? Drop this foolishness and work together.
She's right. Put away your spears. Return to your homes.
Which means she stays in charge? Forget it.
You see? Replacing me is all he cares about. It's a vendetta. And it has to end here.
For once we agree.
Pick a side, Aloy. Because we're settling this now.
There must be a way to minimize the bloodshed.
The Tanakh never make things easy, do they?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, okay, that was a fake out, basically. They don't let me. I wonder if, you know, if I could have done some side quest to make the compromise work. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't the kind of game that had that much depth to its decisions, so I don't even know. But, it would be interesting to see. Yeah. I mean, I've said I'd side with Yara. I'm just trying to... Like, it's... You don't really want to side with any of them, you know? And I'm disappointed that there's no choice to, you know, tell them, look, there is an attack on the outside. You can't just fight here. You know, because your enemies will probably come and take you down. And I also wonder, I wish we had the chance to go look at this cauldron. But who knows, like, that they did it at this spot. I'm kind of suspecting that, you know, something will reactivate the cauldron or something like that.
Becoming commander isn't going to change what happened to the wound, Draka. If you really wanted to help your people, you wouldn't be throwing away more lives just to change who gives the orders.
You really are something, Flame of the Desert. But I didn't come all this way to let things stay the way they are.
Then fight us. Just us. You want to save lives? Keep your squads out of it.
I've seen how you fight. These soldiers are with me.
Then we stand with Aloy and Yara. Even numbers.
Fine, old man. It's your funeral. New rules. We're keeping it to just us. Winner takes command.
Nice knowing you, Aloy.
Okay. I guess that
You
works.
should have backed down when you had the chance, Draka.
Whoa! They made him a boss. Ah, okay, that's not him, that's the soldiers he has with him.
Ha! Barely a wound.
Okay, where is everybody?
You think that's gonna stop me? I'm still standing!
Okay, he has a health pool. Okay, and now I should probably... Okay, I guess I managed to do the whole...
Your enemy is mine.
He doesn't really do much damage, does he? That's interesting. Okay. I think you're down, right? So... Okay, who else do I need to... Okay. That was the last one, I guess.
It's over, Draka.
Not just yet.
You did your best to follow the path. You die with honor.
Did it have to end like that?
It's the way of the desert.
Well, what happens now?
We live off the water the wound ekes out, rationing until it fills back up. And I'll make sure Arrowhand gets its fair share.
Yeah, you'd better.
The desert never forgets. And I won't either. How you've helped us, I mean. I give this to you now, for all you've done for this clan.
Wind's blustering about something.
The Desert Clan owes you, Huntress.
Okay. I guess that's how we ended that. That's interesting. Chose a desert commander. Yeah. I mean, I guess it was, in a way, it was to be expected that they wouldn't just let me compromise here. Because, you know, once it's gotten to a point like this, you know, where they're ready to take each other down, of course, you don't get to, you know, you can't really talk them down. Like, I wish there had been some argument to make or something. But it was just directly, you know, support X, support Y. So... I really hope it's just something I missed. That I could have done a side quest before this. And if I do that, then it would have actually done that. That would at least make the game,
Your blade be bright.
you know, that's kind of the depth you want. Or at least the depth I would want. Alright, let's loot all there can be looted, because I don't know if this scene will still be there when I return.
Walk in the light of the vision.
Okay. So, I guess we've done all that. Let's go back here and have a peek at this cauldron, if there's anything in there. But I mean, this cutscene, unless I hallucinate and I really went up to them and pushed the chat button without realizing, but I think I wouldn't have. You know, I could have gone down here Wait, do I want to go down here now? I think at the least I want to do a save at the campfire. And in addition to that, I might want to fast travel to my stash. And refill on resources if I can. So, let's do a hard save here. And in addition to that, of course the menu disappears. Alright, let's see. Where is the nearest place where my stash is? I guess here. Where we came from. But yeah, so I'd really be interested in if anyone's found a solution, or if the quests are still fairly isolated from each other. I think that's kind of something I like to... Oddly, I'm usually not one for spoilers, but I like to know certain ground rules. And one of the ground rules is, you know, like, is it worth... You know, since games are an incomplete solution. Why doesn't this set the waypoint? Always bounces. Okay. Which direction was I looking? Yeah, I'm looking in the right direction at least. So, since they're an incomplete solution, I at least want to know, like, is it worth looking for alternatives in a situation, or is that just where the simulation breaks down? And that kind of you know, can be really helpful. Because you know, it's just it's boring to be searching for a solution that never comes. And so the best way to do that is by the game telling me, you see, this can happen. Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey had one quest that where it actually, you know, usually in games time is not really linear, so you can go somewhere and you know, it says, oh, we have to act immediately, and then you go do 5 other side quests just because they're on the way, and then go to the mission that was so urgent, and it's still all fine. And the idea behind it is that, you know, you have an hour in your day to sit down and play a game, and sometimes you don't want to advance the main quest. And on the other hand, also, you know, you need to be prepared to be able to complete the main quest. And so they just go, you know what, you can choose which parts of the story you will play when. You know, like, if you only have time to sit down for half an hour and want to do a quick side quest, we don't want that to ruin your chances of winning the game. because you need to be able to you know, like, it's just a choice that you're given because your life is more important than the game. And so if your life puts constraints on how long you can play in a session or something like that, then you shouldn't be punished for having a life besides the game. And you know, there are totally games that don't do that. And that's basically the main difference between casual and non-casual, I guess, games. So, like, casual games are the ones that try to do very much to let you dip in and out of the game. And, you know, they let you forget between gameplay sessions how the game works, and they're forgiving enough that usually you can figure it out again, and your game doesn't get ruined. Oh, do we have everything for the Purgewater Hunter bow? We do now. Cool. Then we're buying this, I guess. So I think that would then be the replacement for the Fire Hunter bow for now. Is there anything else? Iron Eater Shredder Gauntlet. That needs a Sunwing Circulator. Okay. So we accidentally, quote unquote, managed to buy that as well. Mixed gear. Tools, resources, valuables to sell. Let's do that quickly. Alright.
Just don't go killing anyone I know.
Okay, so finally we have a Purgewater weapon. That is good. So let's see if we can restock, if that has any effect. I think we probably just don't have... We haven't really dealt
Help a Tenarch trader.
with many Sunwings. Did she just say Tenarched? So this is probably, yeah, still unbuyable. Okay. Corrosive Blast Sling. Dang it. That's actually something we would want, because it can do glue and purge water and corrosive. Can we buy that? Oh, you can actually just buy that. Okay, that's an improvement over our adhesive blast sling, no matter how you look at it. Okay. And so there are, you know, like, it depends on, like, games of, like, Dark Souls, basically, you know, where you can't even pause the game when you get a phone call or something. Those are kind of the opposite game, where it's like they expect you to, you know, sit down specifically to play this game and take the time and not stop until you've hit a point, or, you know, accept the punishment for stopping early. Wait, let's go to the dyer and see if we can do...
Good day.
Are you the dyer? Oh.
The craft of the Tanakh awaits you here.
Who are you? Oh, I think you're a do you trade in? Ah, no, you are a face paint person. Okay.
I'll see you at training later.
Okay, Dyer, where are you? You're supposed to be here.
Come.
Are you? Oh, it says soldier. Soldier. Where is the Dyer?
Well,
I'm in dire straits here. Okay.
Your trade is welcomed, Outlander.
You are the Stitcher. Oh, the Dyer is below us, apparently. That's interesting. They have leftover... Oh, right, they said so, that they build their houses on leftover first ones.
what are you looking
buildings.
for today?
Okay, let's see if we've picked up enough random paint. Okay. We have the Vindicator and we have the Skirmisher. So, select that one. Renegade Sentinel. Actually, the darker color goes better with the red. Green is kind of nice, but I think we'll stick with our red.
Return again, and we will trade.
And it's nice how they basically put spikes on everything, kind of to make it seem more warrior-like. Alright. So let's see what other quests we still have. And I wonder if we get to hear any mention of, oh, you are the person who decided this. Coolwood is a level 18. What is a soldier's mark? Pentor seems to prove his mettle by completing a trial known as the March of the Ten. Oh, that was someone's friend, I think. And that's Tekote. So I think we're going to go side questing again. You know, I just want to see how the main quest keeps going, but it's always a little... I don't know, I think you can do the side quests whenever you want. At least probably until there's some boss battle. Where it tells you, okay, now is the point of no return. But, I don't know, I should probably... Again, that's like, what is the contract the game gives you? Does it matter when you do which quest? Can you lose access to certain quests after other quests? Like, you know, in real life you would take care to, you know, prioritize things and then do certain things before others. But here in this game, it's always, do you know?
Rebels. I need to get rid of their leader. Maybe then the rest will retreat.
Oh, okay, there's another rebel camp now. But I didn't really want to do that right now. Maybe I should just go to the cool route and see what happens. And also, you know what? Maybe we should just main quest some more. I'm still a bit reluctant about this music. Like, it's the music you would have expected this game to have. You know. But it gives it a completely different mood than the previous game. And again, I think those fireplaces were a bit hard to get either way. But okay, yeah, let's just switch quests and go for main quest for now. And see if that works. Let's do a quick save as well while we're here. Just because it feels weird that a lot of the time we do a tiny bit of main quest at the start, and then the game switches over. And I think I want to do the cool route stuff now, and thereby get some, get the game, get that one quest line maybe resolved, and then we can, and hopefully we can grab one of the components of Gaia and kind of see what happens there. Oh, and I just realized last time we came past one of the drones and didn't actually pick it up. Because for some reason we got distracted. Or I did at least. Maybe you thought, like, you idiot!
She's with us. Let her pass. Outlander, Chief Recaro and Marshal Catalo await you within.
It's interesting. In other games, like in RPGs, it makes sense that you get a name like Outlander. Because, they have different classes, so they can't call you soldier because you might be a mage. They can't call you by your name because that's something the player can just freely pick. So there are lots of, often in an RPG, you start with a story specific to your class that goes for a few missions, and then every character gets the same story. And so they have to find a way to not have to record every moment where they address someone with 5 different forms of address. Because, that just gets expensive and doesn't really add that much for you to the story for how much it costs. Like, if you can record 4 voice lines that explain the background in depth, the players will much more appreciate that much more than if it's just 4 lines addressing you as, either soldier or mage or doctor or I don't know what would be the last mercenary, or I don't know.
The cool route should be starting soon. Once it's done, I'll be able to access the chamber below Recaro's throne. And Ether.
And so it would be kind of cool. I've forgotten where I wanted to go with this. But anyway, right. And it makes sense that those games would give you a generic address, but that Aloy is addressed here as Outlander. That feels kind of weird. I would kind of have expected them to take the opportunity and, you know, remember her name. If you know that, you know, Aloy has been given, you know, access to your boss and things like that, then you would, I think you would call her by her name. Or at least, you know, by some honorific. And so that's why this surprises me a little. I mean, it's, you know, I guess it's it builds up a distance if you're just told with a generic term. Oh, I know this is one of the Outlanders who are allowed to talk to the boss, who are friends. But, you know, you don't actually know Aloy, so it's just a guard that doesn't know you but has been informed you're one of the people to let you through. And we haven't been here that much, you know. Like, if, I don't know,
Outlander, the chief awaits you in the arena, past the throne.
So, there is, what is it called, was it Bergrand? Olin. For example, Olin would be the kind of person that they would probably personally address, because, you know, he's had lots of dealings.
Speak to the chief when you're ready.
Or, although Olin could be, like, could fall in either category. Superior supply cache? Did it really just say that? That sounds like we'll need it. Okay, and the guards are gone.
This must lead to the arena.
It's kind of amazing how this is a house and you just walk around and see all the walls. And at least for me, with my, you know, like looking around with tunnel vision, going like, okay, what do I have to do next? It's easy to miss that it's not actually a house. It's a ruin that barely has a roof. And I mean, for one, that explains why we have light here. But, or why we might not have light in some spots. So they can manipulate the mood fairly easily, because they just go, well, you know, this is actually a spot where there is no roof, so it's actually darker, and that's where we have the evil guys sitting. Or whatever. New data point. Minimal data corruption. To all guests of the museum, please remember to wear light protective clothing when visiting our outdoor exhibits. Dust goggles, gloves, sunshades, and respiratory masks are available free of charge at the service desk near the corridor. The crater area has been scrubbed of all radioactive materials and is therefore completely safe. Imagine that. So there's an area here a crater that used to be radioactive. I thought I'd heard the term crater mentioned, but you know, like here in Germany, there is actually there is an area that's very famous that is a crater from like tens of thousands of years or maybe hundreds of thousands of years ago. And you know, it's just this bit of landscape where you can kind of see there's a dip, and of course, you know, like trees have grown over some parts of it and things like that, so it's not as if it's still like a recent crater or anything. But so when I heard them earlier mention that there was a crater nearby that you could visit, I didn't really think that it might be a crater from a nuke. Which I presume that's what happened here in this battle. That at some point someone nuked something. I don't remember. I think we got a blow-by-blow of the story.
It's another part of the ruins. Turned into a fighting ring.
I kind of want to grab the resources without triggering main story yet. I hope.
Can try all she likes. Crush her.
You're right, Marshal.
This could be useful.
This is kind of... This is where the simulation gets a little bit in the way of gameplay. Like, I mean, it changes it up. It's not just all loot boxes, you know, walk up, hold triangle, you've got your stuff. You have to pry it open and then get the resources out of it. But it doesn't really...
Squad secured the weapon.
That Lowlander Challenger is good fighting people, but not as good against machines.
But on the other hand, I find it a little annoying to have to do it. So the question is, why would you want that?
Let the machines fall, and marshals rise.
New marshals, new strength.
Okay.
Honor and strength.
I guess here goes nothing.
Brings back memories of your own cool route, doesn't it?
Things were simpler then.
This is true. Aloy, it seems you've had to move mountains to bring the Sky Clan to heel. Literally.
Katalo helped.
Yes. Tekote reprimanded for all the clan to see. You both served well. But now the cool route is at hand. Some have come to compete, others to bear witness. They know Regala will come for me.
I'll do whatever it takes to hold up my end, as long as you remember yours. So what's the plan?
Katalo.
There are only two viable ways to attack the arena. Through the throne room you just passed, and by the trail on the north end. We've set up barricades at both. But if Regala means to assault the cool route with machines, she will have to attack by the trail.
You will join our defenders there. Hold the line, and I'll have my marshals. You will be free of my service and receive your reward. Make whatever preparations you must. Once the cool route begins, you must see it through.
Okay. It's a bit hard to tell. I think we haven't asked the arena yet.
The grove, the arena, it's all part of the same ancient structure?
Yes. Here the land remembers the sacrifice of the 10. Their deeds commemorated for eternity.
Sacrifice?
The visions tell us that on the ground below, they gave their lives in a fight against machines. We honored them by holding the cool route where they fell.
So now the question is... I wish I remembered more of what we heard of the story like 5 streams ago. So I see like several things that could have happened. One, they could have mixed up the two battles. So the fight, if there really was a fight against machines, then that could have been from, the final battle to buy Horizon time. And, so in that case, I don't know if it was the same army. It could be, that they went, okay, we'll reunite and, as a last fight for humanity, we'll protect our area, and that it was, some kind of symmetry, how they got to defend their own lands and die in the spot they had originally fought. Like, second, it could be that the machines they fought were planes, and they were foot soldiers. And so that, it was basically a surface-to-air battle that, they didn't manage to win, or they only won at great cost. I mean, at some point every war is at great cost, but, there is a war where it's fair for both sides, and, strategy or something wins, and there is a war where an underdog and a superior army end up fighting. And of course that makes for a more heroic story. So it could be that as well. Or they could have totally misunderstood it, and it's something like, well, somebody dropped an atom bomb on it and they didn't know what an atom bomb was, and so just assumed that it must be some specially dangerous machine or so.
I know where I'll be. What about you two?
I will be here with the chief, where I belong. Should the fight reach us, we will take the blood owed for our fallen.
If it comes to that, the defenses will hold.
All right. Wait, let's
I
check.
need a little more time.
Fine.
Let's have a quick check if there is... I don't think there's a fireplace or anything nearby.
May honor call.
I guess the game will do a quick save. Oh, but there's a stash. Oh, and an upgrade bench. Let's see, we forgot that. So let's prepare maybe for the battle. Alright, weapon upgrades. Alright, so the cleaving sharp bow we can't upgrade. Corrosive blast sling. Quen weapon. We haven't met anyone named Quen yet, right? Okay, Purge Water Hunter Bow. I think we'll have to see how far we can upgrade that one. Only one level. We really need to pick more fights with what are they called? Snap Maws. Okay, we could upgrade the warrior bows. Gifted by the Desert Clan's commander. Oh, I didn't even realize I got this bow, it seems. Quick elemental payloads can be upgraded to use shock arrows and deal extra range damage. Okay, let's first see any weapons we actually have equipped that we can still upgrade. It doesn't look like it. Wait, the shock bolt blaster, we can upgrade you. Good. And the Corrosive Blast Sling. Yeah, we can at least upgrade that once, it seems. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, we can't even do the second level. Okay, but it seems like if it requires a green shine cluster, that means it's something we haven't seen much of. Okay, and that's an acid warrior bow. Let's upgrade all we can, I think, because we might want to swap to one of those weapons. I think we've done all we can here. Of course, now we might not have the resources for... What did that one need? That also needs snap moss sack webbing. Okay, so... we really need to fight with more of those, but it's okay.
Are any of these challengers worthy of the title?
I think that Nora would defeat all of these challengers.
Whoa. They're kind of thinking. I think he said would, or did he say will? Like, did he misunderstand something?
Look at them all. They know a battle is coming.
Regalla can try all she likes. We'll crush her.
I hope you're right, Marshal.
Alright, I guess here goes nothing, and we'll rely on the autosave before that.
Let's get this over with.
Good. You'll find Dekka at the north barricade with the rest of our defenders. Strike true as the 10. I'll see you when this is done.
Go to the north barricade. Okay, we'll do that then.
The spirit of the Tanakh is found in the cool room.
Regalla means to make good on her threat.
More than courage.
Recaro must be concerned about Regalla.
There's the Outlander who saved the cool route.
Honor. That is what we will witness today. Skill will determine who becomes a marshal.
What's this text log? Could be an awesome sports arena with the walls and crater and everything. Would totally see a game here, 10 out of 10. But bring in a hot dog stand and a lot more bathrooms. Also, a roof and air conditioning. Man, it's hot here, and it's not even noon. Jesus. Well, I guess that's a bit of the guest book or something. Yelp review, whatever it is. Alright,
We honor the marshals who fell and those who follow.
It is Regalla who bears the guilt for any blood spilled today.
If they can't face these machines, they're not worthy to be marshals.
Extra guard.
No lowlander is going to earn this right. I was once cornered by a claw strider in the hunting grounds. That moment of fear became a foundation to my courage.
alright.
Mr. Kote.
Walk in honor.
His thugs, of course.
May you crush your enemies.
Guess Dakota fixed his ego before coming here.
With his thugs. We're led right past him. Okay. What's up here? But so I guess they're really fighting in the crater. Huh. Okay. It's an interesting side tunnel. I sometimes wonder, like, how and why areas like this happen. Like, does someone design the building and just go, you know, this is, like, is it an actual function? Or is it they looked at a stadium or something and went, like, okay, they always have the second walkway.
Honor and strength.
It's always interesting. Okay, I guess we can talk to you.
Easterner.
Didn't think the Sky Commander himself would be joining us today.
If there's a chance my challengers will be facing Regala, it is only right their commander join in their fate.
Or maybe you need to save face after what happened at the Bulwark.
Careful now. Sometimes sharp wits bring out sharp spears.
I'd save my spear for Regala's troops, if I were you.
She don't take shit from anyone. Okay. So let's continue running the gauntlet then. Okay, so we're halfway around now. Interesting. That he's just about on the opposite side of the boss.
Your enemy is mine.
So, I mean, on one hand, that could just mean he wasn't allowed to, you know, make the implication of, oh, you're near the boss. For one thing, because he dragged his feet so much. That would be a good reply. On the other hand, it could be that he says, well, if they attack the boss, maybe they miss me if I sit as far away from him as possible.
May your armor hold true.
You look well.
Okay. That's,
Okay. Recaro's defenders should be at the end of this trench.
I kind of wonder, like, why is there no ladder, no proper exit here? Can we go back up here, by the way? No, we can't. Okay. So that's probably part of the story, that now they know I won't go back, so they can unload all the rest of the map. And,
And look, we are not alone in this fight.
it's kind of interesting, though. That means, you know, like, we want to give you a big set piece that we can't afford to load back in during battle, because during battle, as I mentioned before, you know, you build an arena so that you can keep everything loaded.
Focus
so it has to
on
be
the
compact.
machines. Take them down, and Regala's forces become no different from our own.
Yes, Chaplain.
Watch each other's backs. Dismissed.
Oh.
Our soldiers are ready. They will defend the cool route from below. But from above...
Not bad. Where did you get it?
One of our squads ripped it off a fallen machine. The honor is yours. Regala may have her tricks, but you will show her our teeth.
Okay, I think I probably should have done the other quests before this.
The cool route is upon us! Our struggle demands new blood! New leaders! Release the quarry! Challengers, approach! All who take down a machine shall be named Marshal. Remember the 10. Strike from the air as they did, and seize your glory.
And there they come.
Here they come!
Okay.
Hold them back! Defend
Heavy weapon time.
Keep firing, Aloy!
Aim better, or this feels kind of weird. Ah,
The weapons along the side! Use them!
okay. Here's another one.
Take them out!
Alright. It's hard to aim with this because it's rather sensitive. Okay, that works.
Nice hit! Protect the arena!
Okay, where's the more weapons? Here's another one. Okay.
Protect the arena!
Oh, that has lots of destructible parts. That's cool. Okay, you back there. Okay. Small guy. Okay. I guess we did what we were supposed to. The question is, what's Regala's second wave? It's not.
There.
Oh, now we get the elephants? Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, or a really big burrower.
Get out of the way!
Oh no.
Hold the defenses! Go!
Is that one of the snakes? I'm not doing anything, by the way. This is all still cutscene.
Chief!
Okay. And most of the new marshals Don't seem to be making it. She's got the big sword. You know that she's the dangerous one. Yeah, another snake. I knew it. Uh-oh.
Get to the weapon! If I can draw that thing close, open fire!
Alright.
Hey!
I didn't even notice that rock.
I gotta take this thing down and catch up to it.
Okay, wait. I just realized I have 16 skill points. And wasn't there something about shields? Oh no, I think that was that an upgrade? I don't know. But let's find out. Okay, so Hunter, what can we get here? Workbench expert, craft ammunition at the workbench using less resources than the wild. Build up valor faster. That actually sounds... Stamina regen. I think we'll be using our valor, so knockdown shot. Fire special arrow that does no damage but can stagger and knock down enemies. Increase your concentration limit, prolonging use. Wait, let's see, what else do we have? Low health range, low health melee. Quiet movement, focused shot. Radial blast. Double notch. Let's see. I thought there was some... Does anyone remember where the shield thing was? Mounted defense, machine damage. Overridden machines deal more damage. Okay. Spike trap, machine health. Overridden machines, again efficient repair. Splitting strike, override subroutines. Chain burst. Okay, food duration. Melee might. Half moon slash. Critical boost. Is that one equipped right now? Greater chance to land. No, I think we have the... What is it called? Elemental Fury. That's the one we have currently equipped. Okay. Oh, the shield thing was an upgrade in Gaia, wasn't it? Something like that. Oh well, but let's spend points on whatever abilities. So I think... Let's see what we can get in Hunter abilities. Heavy Weapon Plus. Deal more damage when using a heavy weapon. That sounds kind of promising. Sustained Burst. Unleash an entire clip of bolts while immobile. Uses all of your currently loaded bolts even if your attack is interrupted. Depletes a large amount of weapon stamina. Power shots. Bolster your resolve and deal with more damage. Deal more damage for a certain number of shots. So let's do heavy weapon plus, because we had a bunch of heavy weapons here. Concentration regen, that also seems good because I use that a lot. Weapon stamina increase. Valor surge master, build up valor faster, yeah. But weapon stamina is probably the thing why I can't hit stuff sometimes. And I guess I can get 3 more points. Heavy weapon plus. Let's increase our heavy weapon damage to as much as it can be, and I think that last point we can probably not spend because everything... Resonator blast. Deal more damage with resonator blasts. I can't really figure out how to use them well enough. Aerial slash jump off. Okay. Is there anything... Valor on impact, gain valor being hit by enemies. Yeah, I guess let's do that. That's a good last point. And maybe we'll be using our valor for once.
Hopefully the Tenakth will fire a few shots from that ballista.
Weak versus fire, ice, and plasma. Where do we want to go? Don't even have any clue where I wanted the... Where was the ballista?
I'm in position! Let's bring this thing down!
Okay, you were somewhere over there. So let's see if the blast sling... Ah, come on! But you're weak against fire, I think. And of course that's the one thing that I don't have equipped. Where is the bloody... Okay, let's go here first. And go to the inventory and equip fire stuff. Alright, champion spear, cleaving, sharp bow, spike thrower, firestorm warrior bow. That might be worth something because it fires fast. Where is the fire hunter bow? And then, Firestorm Warrior Bow. Oh.
Lure it away from the ballista!
Seriously? I really can't do you. Come on.
Lining up the shot! Taking the shot!
There's no more fire.
That hits its mark!
Oh, that worked, I guess. Not that I wanted to actually equip this weapon, but...
Taking the shot! Got it! Reloading!
Okay, whoop.
That hits its mark! Reloading!
Now I need...
Okay.
Taking the shot! That hits its mark! Gotta reload! Lining up the shot!
Okay. Try to avoid getting hit. And try to, let's see, what else can we do? Oh. That's the wrong weapon somehow.
Take that, machine!
Whoops.
Steady!
We should really try healing for one. And now I want the other weapon. Oh, I think we got you. Or did it get the ballista? Oh. No, okay. That's not good. And now we have to go after Regala.
I hate those things.
Yeah, I'm not.
After Recaro and Catalo. I gotta get to them.
Okay. Let's get our healing full. Oh. Already are. That's nice. Get some more resources. Oops, there are some floating gates here. We can even walk on them. Cool. And now we have to defend Recaro. I'm kind of hoping we don't become the new boss here. I think it sounds kind of like they... You know, Recaro is the smart and the sensible guy, and I think that having him on our side sounds too easy. Okay, let's see. Anything we need to craft again? Let's craft everything we can. So that for one we have everything we need. And for the other... But these spears are really useful. But, you know, pick some bow, I think. Okay. And, you know, I think the game will probably make it harder on us, plot-wise. Oh, okay. That's how they want... Seriously. This is horrific. Like, why would you take something like this with basically not really a good clear path? You know, it's all rubble that you can fall in between. And,
Champion, get
not
to the
super
chief!
smoothed.
Go! Get to the chief!
Thanks. Regala went after the chief in the throne room.
Okay. I just don't want to leave any loot behind. But it's obvious that we're not supposed to...
Help the chief!
But was that two rebels fighting each other? Or was that just an allied health bar?
Get to the throne!
Don't worry about us, get to the throne room. But you have loot. Oops, okay. At least it's nice to see that there's a whole bunch of dead rebel soldiers here. They're better than the usual NPCs. Uh-oh. Airplane, watch out. Of course, she can't let go. That worked. I like Aloy's look. She just comes there and like stares daggers.
This isn't finished! I'll be back with everything I have! And all who stand with Recaro will be run red.
At attention. You fought well. Proved yourself against enemies both metal and flesh. I name you all Marshal. Your first order is to secure the arena from any remaining rebels. Go. I failed. I should have finished Regala. But now she'll be back with more machines. Stronger than ever.
I'll do what I can to help.
No, you've done enough. Far more than our bargain called for. When we first met, you spoke of your true mission on which all depends. I wasn't certain if I believed you then. But I believe in you now. So leave me. And get to your task.
What will you do?
Tend to the wounds. What you need is there. Take it. Your deeds today will be remembered like those of the 10.
That seems to be becoming a habit. We might be coming back here at some point and seeing a statue.
This is it. Either's below.
Either below. Avalanche continues, or whatever it is. So how do I do this without falling to my death? Ah. Whew.
What was this place?
What's this? Oh, I guess that's a Tinact candle or something. Well, that looks interesting.
There. That console.
There are still computer systems running. Of course, because... What the hell, Perkins? Ever partitioned the cluster without telling me again? We had power surges all over the place, including one in the main building at 8:31 p.m. right when Director Kadori was heading out for the night. The Gold Mountain Hollow lit up from a total darkness right as she walked by, and it scared the living shitballs out of her. She was pissed, dude. What are you trying to do? Get us all fired, I guess. Alright, let's have a quick look around here. Doesn't seem to be much to explore here. All just racks of computers. I wonder what that is. That looks way too wide to be 1U. Doo-doo-doo. It's nice though that they made the thing in the middle slightly asymmetric. Well, I guess it's just because there's the access point for the spear. And it lights, but like it shows you, okay, I remember I came in and there was blue glow. So it's nice help to make this recognizable.
Come on, Ether. Time to go home. Yes. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Ether's subordinate function to original code.
Got it. Now to get this back to Gaia.
Alright. Nice. I wonder if stuff will work again now.
I fear for our tribe if Regala takes over.
Alright.
The visions in the grove have changed. The words of the Ten are now clear to us. Here, this must be the vision that Chief Recaro saw years ago. All of the visions are changed, and this one just arrived.
Yeah, so that's what we did by taking Ether back out again. I guess we undid the corruption. It doesn't
Aloy,
quite make
here.
sense that it all would be back, you know? It kind of seems like, you know, if Ether goes into this mainframe, it would overwrite some bits. But maybe...
Aloy, come here.
But maybe, you know, either just use too much CPU capacity or something.
Aloy,
And that's
here.
why everything was
Let's
bad.
talk.
Yeah. I'm here. Don't worry. Don't get your curls in an uproar. Hi, Tony. How's it going?
The visions throughout the grove are different now. And this one, it just appeared. Is this your doing?
Visions have changed.
That's the one that inspired Chief Recaro.
More testimony of the old ones.
Hear now the words that reunited a people. Following the tragic events of the war, Anne Faraday, the chief architect of the reconciliation effort, addressed a nation in need of hope.
If we look into the future, the lens of the recent past, our fears loom. Wars waged against machines, scarcity of food and water, storms that drive us from our homes. But true courage means facing those fears with conviction instead of cynicism. Leading the peacekeeping effort with these brave men and women, these marshals of the new Southwest, has strengthened my conviction that when we are united, we can overcome any threat. Join me. Join us in that conviction. as we strive for a nation and a world without want or war.
Reporting for duty, Commander. I'm coming with you.
But Recaro needs you.
Because of you, he has new marshals. And a rallying cry the clans cannot ignore. So I will stand with you on your mission. Give whatever is left of my life. It is what I choose.
How can I say no to that? Zoe, there's someone who wants to join us. I need you to meet him in the foothills and guide him the rest of the way.
Will do, Aloy.
Go to the mountains, west of Plainsong. A friend of mine will meet you on the ascent. I'll join you when I can.
A friend of yours? Should be interesting.
That was cool.
All right. I need to get Ether back to Gaia. Seems like capturing it did something to the other holograms, too. Might be worth checking out.
It has been too long.
Honor and strength.
Would it not do that?
In the name of the Ten.
Okay, this was a cool moment. I mean, you know, in some ways, you know, it was predictable. But, you know, it worked. And especially, like, this speech, I think, worked really well as showing what made Recaro the person that, you know, he wasn't. Okay, let's see what the other holograms say now.
Swarm. That's the name of the enemy these soldiers faced.
Join JTF-10 for a covert operation deep within the rainforest. Whether at home or abroad, JTF-10 protected assets critical to the insurrection. Deep in the jungle, concealed by mud and darkness, they laid their traps for their enemies.
Okay.
I'll see you at training later.
So they were kind of a guerrilla task force. And apparently there are some new quests to grab on the way.
My strength is yours.
Regala will strike soon.
Walk with strength.
And we'll be ready.
This is where we'll make our stand.
Alright. Everyone is rewatching the movies now that they have a decent copy.
Trained to outlast, conditioned for any climate. JTF-10 were elite defenders in even the most remote mountain landscapes.
I think the Desert Clan will triumph.
Discover how JTF-10 claimed home field advantage in the desert. JTF-10 seized key assets all across the desert. Where others feared the Mojave's raging sandstorms, JTF soldiers used them for cover,
My strength is yours.
crippling enemy supply lines.
Your enemy is mine.
Oh, and we've got a whole bunch of data points from that, it seems. Okay. But I love this because, like it, you know, assuming that these are just short audio bursts versions of like the full text that Aloy has seen.
These challengers should put on a show.
You know, maybe that explains, you know, why the Tenakth are such great warriors, because they were taught basically like a simplified form of advanced war tactics, and so got a bit of a head start. You know, like the idea that you can take advantage of a sandstorm.
Your marks are true.
Aloy.
Regalla marches to her defeat.
A word, if you will.
Okay, let's... Come on. Activate holo projector.
Out in the field or relaxing at base, Joint Task Force 10 acted as one. Led by Colonel Edward de la Hoya,
Aloy.
their bodies and weapons were always honed for battle. Meals, ink, bruises. These daredevils of the sky shared it all.
So the machines the rebels command.
Okay, so that Maui tattoo style thing, that's where that came from. It's cool because it means, you know, like they basically see the full version of what was handed down over generations orally.
Aloy. A word, if you will. Blood of the Ten, Aloy. Regalla denied. The truth of the visions revealed. I doubt you have enough skin to mark all your deeds.
We'll just have to remember them then.
Well, thanks to you, the Chief still lives. And hope remains. But that's not why I wanted to speak with you. I need a favor. A personal one. My grandson, Cavo. He was not counted among the dead, which means he must still be with Regalla's remaining forces.
He was taken prisoner?
No. He joined them willingly. Like many young soldiers who seek to mark their skin with distinguished deeds. I must search for him. Convince him to come home. Chief Recaro cannot spare any soldiers for this task, so my blade is alone in this. Unless you'd be willing to join me. I know it is much to ask after all you've done for us. But Cavo is the last of my blood.
What made Cavo join Regalla's rebellion?
For some, Regalla represents a chance of vengeance against the Karja. During the Red Raids, it wasn't easy to turn the clan's back at Barren Light. Many wanted to pursue the Karja all the way to Meridian.
So when Regalla attacked the embassy, they took it as a call to arms.
Yes. But others, the young especially, care only about the glory they think they'll earn by hunting an age-old enemy. As for Cavo, it was probably a bit of both. And a youthful desire for a cause to get the blood burning. Nothing I said could stop him.
So if Cavo didn't listen to you when he joined the rebels, what makes you think he will now?
Cavo was too young to fight during the Red Raids. War was a stranger to him. But he must have experienced the suffering it brings by now. He will listen. He must. I just have to find him before it's too late.
You said Cavo's your last living relative?
Yes. Before Chief Recaro, the clans warred constantly with each other. Every skirmish claimed another comrade. One by one, I buried my children. And then, their children.
I'm sorry.
I tried to vent my grief on the battlefield, but I never found comfort there. Only in the wisdom of the visions. And even so, I still couldn't prevent Cavo from following the trail of blood.
If Cavo joined Regalla's rebellion of his own accord, will Recaro let him back into the tribe?
The chief knows the value of mercy, and the toll of unending bloodshed. It's the rest of the tribe I'm more concerned about. They won't quickly accept someone who betrayed them. Even with my support, it won't be easy.
But you have to try. I'll help you find your grandson, if I can. Where do we start?
A while back, our scouts reported Cavo's squad left one of Regala's outposts in the hills to the south. His squad never returned, but the scouts also spotted one of our own being held captive there.
So we'll start at the outpost. If we free the prisoner, maybe they'll know where Cavo's squad went.
Shall we head out?
I have some other things to take care of first. I can meet you there.
I'll wait for you on the hill crest southeast of the grove. We'll make our way to the outpost from there. Until then, strike true.
Until Bleeding Mark can get back up and running.
That's a relief.
Alright.
I still can't believe a storm wiped out the
Still want to finish this main quest, of course. I'm not leaving you without that, at least.
Your blade be bright.
Alright, it'll be interesting to see
Honor and strength.
whether...
Bathroom forge, as Erend would say.
Hot as an Ossaram forge. Would he really say hot as an Ossaram forge, though? Wasn't there a campfire on both sides? Interesting. Well, I guess that'll have to do. Like, you know, you wouldn't say... Like, you know, I wouldn't say hot like a German forge or something like that. I would just say hot like a forge. Although, I guess if you're talking to Aloy, you know, maybe he would something like hot like one of our forges. To maybe, you know, make the distinction between some simple forges he's seen in other countries or something. Because the Ossaram kind of seem to be at the bleeding edge of smelting and forging technology. Alright. Let's go in there and see what... what's his name? Catalo? How he reacts to all of this. What are these? These look like Utaru carpets or something?
Yeah, like this? Oh,
You're not waving a hammer around, Erend. Try a gentler touch.
and my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Bring it back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha. They call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy! Erend, you're all better. And you're here.
Well, he tells me that our savior needs our help after all. And who am I to refuse?
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it won't bloom. You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
Catalo.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the privacy.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods. So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
Oh, okay.
Aww.
Are you sure that's what the data says?
I'm telling you, it's a drink, but it's soft.
Is it soft?
It says here it had bubbles in it?
Well, we can't expect to make sense out of everything the old ones did.
Oh, and we get to talk to everyone. That's cool.
Hey.
Hey.
A nice place.
Well, it's not like I built it or anything.
Right. Well, I can see why you had your doubts about bringing us along. It is a lot to take in. But, don't worry. That's nothing I can't handle.
Right. How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land, when he's not getting all tongue-tied. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet. I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
So, Talana came by the base?
Yeah, more like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least. Only Carja I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel like I could be useful, you know?
It takes some time, but yeah.
That's the cool thing. She got her focus as a little kid. So for one, she was still very open to learning all that stuff. And then she also got just generally has years ahead of everyone else in learning to deal with this. So they kind of make it so to show that the focus is a big part of what makes Aloy special, but it's not as if everyone else could just catch up with Aloy, which is cool. Because like there needs to be a reason in a game why these things happen to your character, and why other people would let you help them. Like in many cases, it's just, well, these people can solve their problems just as well as I could, and they already have friends who would be helping them or something. So it doesn't, in real life it would not make sense many of these missions, but since Aloy is special, they have a good reason why Aloy is special. And I like that they take advantage of that. Because, you know, it's just like, I don't know why. Like, it's a simple thing, but it just, a lot in this game, most of the things in this game follow logically from each other. They don't do that much stuff that actually, you know, is just like someone does something stupid to bring along the plot. But then, you know, the Horizon games have a very straightforward plot anyway. Usually there is just, okay, there is this emergency to solve, this emergency to solve, or this side quest. So since it's very action heavy, there aren't that many opportunities as in, you know, a game like Mass Effect or something, to have things happen that shouldn't really happen, you know, logically or so.
I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both. I gotta go.
I'm here if you need anything.
I really hope that, I don't think the game will do it, but, you know, I worry other games would do it. Like, in many games, with decisions in them, there is, you know, kind of the choice between...
This focus thing's trying to kill me? You did almost drown it in beer.
Not on purpose.
So, you know, by being kind of rude to him and giving him a wake-up call earlier when he was kind of coming on to us, in some games that would have meant that he would betray us later, and I so hope that that's not the case here. And I think it isn't, because so far Horizon hasn't really had... Like, the decisions in Horizon aren't that subtle. And I'm not saying that as a put-down. It's, in some ways it's good, because in some games the decisions are so subtle that it's hard to tell apart from three choices which ones they're meant to be. Okay, I guess we'll interrupt those two in their flirting now.
Wow, this place is starting to come alive.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive room. With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace. You know, learn and train. And if you need us, we'll be there to fight at your side.
Got it. Thanks, Varl.
I like that he doesn't say anything, he just makes that hand gesture, like, don't mention it, you know. That's too many games state stuff too explicitly, and here, at least at that moment, like, this game has all these shout-outs during gameplay where it's like, you know, where Aloy is talking to herself way too much, but those are, you know, that's intended as a gameplay health. Like, I'm out of ammo is, of course, an important one, or, I don't know, we mentioned it a few streams ago, I don't actually remember what they were in, which ones there were in detail. Or, like, this goes to my stash, or, you know, things like that. It's, there were, like, these are, like, the usual ones, but there were, like, ones which other games would probably not have done explicitly, and Horizon does them.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Kotallo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tenakth and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
But that's cool. That means, you know, they may not quite have found common ground, but, you know, there is understanding between them. That's always important.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
You know, I kind of want a scene later on where, you know, Aloy is in trouble and we don't see a way out, and then the friends arrive and kind of Erend, you know, does some crazy technical thing, like says, hey, wait, if I pull this lever, I don't know, I can redirect the forge in this cauldron or whatever, and, you know, saves the day or something. I want something like that. That, like, the stupidest, most drunken lug gets his moment to show, like, he has a brain and he can be really clever if it's needed. And, you know, he has learned and grown from this. That would be such a great moment.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
It's a nice metaphor, I guess. Snapped their bowstrings. I mean, think about it. Like, if you've ever tried to thread a bow, like put the rope, whatever they call it, back on the bow. Like this, it's like a board of wood or something. Bowstring is what it's called. He just said it. I'm an idiot. You know, just doing that requires a lot of strength, and like just bending the bow so you can put the rope on it, the bowstring, requires a lot of strength, and means, you know, like this tension that constantly happens to the bowstring. Like, it's hard to snap a bowstring. So, like, the implications of this are, like, you're really angry. Although, I guess, you know, like, with wear and tear, I guess at some point it probably happens that you pull back the bow and it snaps or something. Although, I guess, you know, given, like, how you could hurt yourself with that, I would guess that you probably maintain your bow if you use it regularly and notice when you need to exchange the string.
How's, training with Zoe?
You know, we really are training. Mostly. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course.
I like that Aloy kind of like smirk. Lol.
You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, a tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough. Think you can hold the fort while I'm gone?
If Erend stops listening to the same music over and over again, maybe. We'll be fine.
But that's also, like, that's a detail that you expected, you know, kind of the forge guy, the metalsmith listens to metal music or something like that, you know? That he would like the noisy music, kind of, you know, it's cliche, but it's a nice moment. Okay, let's talk to Zoe now.
Is it me, or did the old ones just look funny?
Funny how?
Yeah, their clothes, they're weird. They're so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. I'd rip those things to shreds in a fight.
Guess they didn't move around as much.
Such a nice conversation. Like, it makes it feel so much more real, because they actually thought about, like, how would these people react to learning about us?
What's next?
Given who they are.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tenakth don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
Aww.
I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
I guess that's something, like, Aloy never settled down anywhere. Like, we've not seen her... Like, we never saw her room at Rost's place, which was probably, you know, just a corner in that hut. I mean, it wasn't a big place. But, like, so that was probably, you know, like, more a sleeping place, since they just didn't have any big room or something, which, you know, at that time, like, I don't think any of the Nora spent a lot of time indoors, so... but, like, we've never really seen Aloy make herself at home anywhere. I mean, we've not seen most of those people, but at least you had a feeling of lived-in surroundings. And Aloy never really got that chance, you know? So, that's, I think that's a nice contrast, that Aloy would point out, oh, you moved in here? And, you know, this is minimal decoration. It's just, well, I put in a few candles, just so, you know, it feels more human. And, yeah. I would actually like if there was more. Like, I think we've seen outdoors these green circles. These are Utaro decorations as well, I guess. So I guess Zoe is kind of taking over the place. Sorry, a bit lurky. Weekly remote meeting with work prep peeps started 20 minutes ago. Okay, have fun. Yeah, I'll have to finish soonish as well. Oh, actually, I should probably just do a quick check. Well, anyway. Yeah, so this is actually a nice contrast that kind of fits Aloy's personality, that she would comment on on all these things going on. You know, but that she seemed a bit confused that Zoe, or maybe also, you know, like Aloy, I think, feels reasonably comfortable around machine ruins. So I don't think, you know, because she's seen so many, and these people are now bringing the regular world into the places that Aloy has gotten comfortable in. And you know, that's like if you're you know, like sharing an apartment with people, that's what happens. One part that you have to get used to is that everyone kind of expands into the space, and there will be shared spaces where, you know, there will be slight like, it's not an active battle or anything, but you know, there will be like people fighting over shared spaces. Not like with an argument or something, just, you know, like a back and forth between someone puts down something and puts something down next to that, and someone else puts something, and then, you know, space just gets lost, and then maybe someone needs to work on a table and then takes stuff away and puts it to the side for a moment, and then you come back and go like, where's my stuff? Oh, they put it over there to the side, you know. So suddenly someone changes your stuff, and if you've lived alone, then you're not used to other people inhabiting the same space. Yeah, I also have to be Slack presentable and have not been very interactive. No, it's fine. I have story here to keep me entertained.
Right, I should probably go.
I shall return to our training then. Aloy, we've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take what you need.
It's also nice that they kind of give mission supplies there.
So this Hephaestus, he's like Gaia's own personal blacksmith.
Yeah, a very angry one.
As like my Uncle Laurent. Man didn't smile a day in his life and would box your ears if you messed with his forge.
Keeping on mute until meeting ends in 30 minutes or so. Yeah, okay. Thanks for being there either way. Oh, wow. Okay.
Ow!
Oh, and now... Wait, has it now become my stash? No. Maybe? I think the game seems to be confused here. It shows the stash symbol, but I can't interact with it.
There it is.
Holograms. Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
Ah, so basically Aloy is becoming Apollo. Hahaha. And it also, you know, like, explains, if we later get our friends helping, it will explain how they know all the things we know. Because basically they're kept up to date without us having to actively do something, by knowing everything we get from our focus.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup. Like the card chef. Why? Yeah, it beats me.
It probably meant something to them. As it does to my people. And the Tenakth.
I just think my face says it all as is, that's all.
That it does.
Yeah. They're taking cultural communications and going, oh, that's the kitchen. Okay, right. You know, like communication that we have today, and just gave them a little spin.
No good. Door's locked until Gaia can restore access.
Okay, where do we find... Ah, and she's decorated here.
Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
That was thoughtful of them.
Oh, okay. Aloy's first room. Or, yeah.
I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe. Elizabeth put all of her faith in Gaia. And Gaia put all of her faith in me. If I can do it all, recover the subfunctions, defeat Zenith, heal the world, I'd like to think Elizabeth would be proud.
The only thing I dislike here is that the model didn't change. Like the pendant was already on. Oops.
My old spear. Rust helped me make it when I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now. When Varl found me after the Hades Proving Lab, I thought I saw Rost. I don't think he'd understand any of this. Or what I have to do. But still. Wish he was here.
Aw.
This is the rite of passage that Vishav gave me at the embassy. I liked him. He seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home. Regala's attack at the embassy. The marshals ambushed and surrounded, killed one by one. Reminds me of the massacre at the Proving. Back in the Sacred Lands. So many lives wasted. And for what?
I love this, you know, for the simple reason that I think this is the first time in the game, or at most, or like in all Horizon games maybe even, where Aloy gets some time to think about things. And you know, you kind of hear like how she reacts. Like this, sometimes you hear like a short one like, hey, I'm angry at you now because... Or I think there was like some moment of doubt. At some point there must have been. Training dummy. Nice. Is that errand? It has the stomach protection. I guess it's just an Oseram training dummy. That's also a nice detail. Like the carpets are obviously Utaru. And by the way, I love that they gave us the Utaru first. Like, you know, people living kind of in harmony with nature, kind of, you know, kind of Hawaii or something inspired. With all these green natural colors, and, you know, it feels immediately like home. And with the excuse that, yeah, they got the Tanakh to train them in exchange for food. So, you know, they're forced to be reckoned with, and not a, you know, not the cliche of like a soft people who never had to work in their life. Because they have these neighbors in the desert areas that have no food. And so these were a good choice as the first people to be, because they stay in your memory because of that, you know. They feel like home. And, you know, you get plants and things in here, so it really feels nice. But then you get the training dummy from the Ossaram, because, like, you know, that's probably something Eren thought of and thought, like, oh, she needs that in here. Maybe he even built it himself. And, of course, we get our stash and a bed. The bed looks pretty normal. I think that could be a similar bed model to, like, what the Nora would have. I don't know, but I think it's... Yeah, I guess Varl could have organized a bed like that, or made it. I mean, you know, probably at this time most people know how to at least make a simple bed, you know, like get some furs and leathers to sleep under and to lie softly, and how to, like, make your own pillow by probably taking dried grass or something and putting it in another, well, I guess that looks kind of like a coarse woven fabric. And then, you know, build the wooden understructure is probably something, you know, you have to build your own cover. I'm a bit surprised that there is no bed from Gaia. Oh, but yeah, there were these sleeping quarters. I guess that's where Gaia expected people to sleep. And so this was not supposed to be a room, of course, but an office. So there would have been no bed in here. That makes sense. Well, that door opened automatically without me having to do anything.
What? Nothing. You just look good. That's all.
Okay, so how do we find Mr. Ah, over there is an exclamation mark. Yep, that's it. Okay.
Aloy.
It's good to see you. I'm guessing you've got a lot of questions?
I've been told of our enemy and their intentions. Your friends showed me to the vision you keep in this place, Gaia, and gave me this focus. I don't pretend to fully understand everything, but all I really need to know is where to train and when to fight.
Welcome to the team, then.
I love that he's... I don't get this stuff, but, you know, I'll try to do as well as I can. And in the end, him just going, yeah, that's what I am. I am the arrow. You shoot me. Everything will be fine. It's also nice that there's these different reactions. Like, Zoe and Varl... Like, Zoe is the one... I think she will be like the person who understands everything here. Maybe even more than Aloy at some point. At least, like, in the theoretical and, you know, just the larger scheme of things. I think Zoe will be the person with the most general knowledge, whereas Aloy is more, she has the specific things she's done so far. Like, Aloy is the specialist for, like, combat applications of a focus, overrides, you know, going outdoors and finding things and all that stuff. But there will be a lot of stuff that just wasn't relevant to Aloy, which Zoe will probably, you know, like, she will be understanding the cauldrons probably better than Aloy. And all the other places of the old ones. And then Varl will be kind of, you know, Aloy's apprentice level. He will probably learn most of those things, and he'll pick up a few things from Zoe, but, like, he's the secondary person. But he's still young, so he also probably will understand it more easily. And Erend, in turn, will probably, you know, like, he's the guy who, you know, like, you have to delete the viruses from his computer every couple months or something. And he'll, you know, he's the guy who drops his cell phone in the beer. We heard that earlier. So that will be what that is. And Kotalo, or whatever, I'm trying to piece the syllables of his name together. So the guy we're talking to right now, he will probably be, you know, the guy who has the least understanding of anything, but he'll make an effort to at least, you know, like, he'll learn the basics of his focus and he'll make an effort, but he'll never be as good as any of the others at it. But he might, you know, surprise you occasionally by suddenly going like, oh, this is something I know. And that's like, that they're so different and that they react so differently to this new stuff. You know, that's good writing. That keeps it interesting. Like, you don't want the same thing to happen every time. Like, if you had only people like Zoe and Varl, then basically you'd have a bunch of Aloy clones. Maybe just with slightly different specialties. Because, like, one of them goes, oh, you've already investigated that topic, well, I guess I'll do a different one.
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago. That you were part of the Sky Clan.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. My parents were killed in a clan skirmish, so I was raised by my squad. As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. Tekote took a special interest in me. I fought by his side against the Karja, and led my squad on a dangerous climb into the Daunt. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed. I was welcomed home as a hero, and I was content.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekote. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father. I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
That's interesting. That's also kind of, you see a little bit of that in, what was her name, Dara? The one we sided with against, you know, in the desert, was it Plains Clan or whatever they were called earlier this stream. All these names are hard to take apart, to keep apart. Daka? No, Daka was like what the goblins do. Needs more Daka. No, anyway, yeah, so, like, in her, we saw that she kind of fears people coming for her power as well. Maybe a little more than she should. And, that in turn, you know, like, probably could have caused some of that conflict, instead of preventing it as intended. And so that's what Tekote did as well. But so Tekote seems to be at the end of that development, where he's such a political animal that he can't interact with people normally and actually find out for certain whether they will be a danger or not. He just assumes they will be, kind of like how he is. Whereas the clan leader woman that we sided with, I guess I'll just call her Daka, and who knows what the name was, Dara. I think it might actually be the dude's name that started with D and her name. I don't know, but you know, the two people who fought in front of the cauldron. And she is more, you know, like earlier in that development. She could turn into someone like Tekote.
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Cool Route?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Cool Route, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Recaro and the marshals of a warrior like myself, even though he knew perfectly well I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
Yeah, I think you did well.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the Wings of the Ten. Recaro also mentioned it at the Cool Route. Dekka, too. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess, and it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Cool Route. Many times I imagined it as a child. The feeling of freedom, and the awe it must have inspired.
Okay, so airplanes and parachutes is something we have to find for them, I guess.
What did Chief Recaro say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove, and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal. At least for a little while.
Indeed.
What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols the focus shows me. So, I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use against the enemy. This Hephaestus, it will be able to make machines? That answer to Gaia?
Yes.
How many?
As many as we need.
Such power. Has the world ever seen the like?
You've had some time with the team now. Any thoughts?
I admit, I was surprised to see Nutaru here. Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe against the Karja. and fought all the way to Barren Light.
Interesting. Perhaps I am mistaken.
I love that. That he... You know, that's interesting. I don't think he ever... I mean, I guess Zoe is not the person to kind of, you know, say that the first time she meets someone. Hey, I am the warrior of X. But also, like, you can tell he completely dismissed her. Because he goes like, they're farmers, yeah. We taught some of them, but, you know, they didn't learn everything and they can't be as good as we are. You know, and now that we told him, well, she was actually one of the people who fought in that war, the same war you did. He goes like, oh, yeah, I didn't see that. So we're kind of... He's, like, lived... He's a lot older than Aloy. So he's lived his entire life with these beliefs, so it will take a time to chip away at them. And I love that they gave us that little moment. I also hope that we'll get more of that. You know, that's kind of the... There's... Like, in these games, you know, there are different teams. And so you can go and say, okay, you know, like, you go into this room and put in all sorts of little Easter eggs, and maybe you know, like, placeholder text for what you think Aloy will say or something. I don't know, like, how the people who made Horizon work, but what I mean is they you know, it could be that it's, you know, this is an expensive project, so it could be that it's always the writer sits down and maybe the design leads of the game sit down and they work it out together, and the writer is there to say, this is the story we need and these are the story beats, and now I'll write all the dialogue, and then the map is built. I don't know, like, how much back and forth there is. Usually games get better when the map designers are allowed to say, okay, here I'll build this, and now I'll put in some items, and then that the writer goes back and sees, oh, they put in that item. I have an idea for a cool line of dialogue that Aloy could say when she sees this, or something like that. So I wonder, like, where... and so I think, you know, in some cases, you can come into a room, have some really interesting bit of conversation that never leads anywhere, because it was just flavor text added here to give the character some more background. But it's not part of the focus of the game. It was, you know, basically it was just backstory that the writer had to inform their writing of the character throughout the story that's made explicit here. So I would, again, kind of like if we see more of all the companions. Because, like, Aloy, so far Aloy has always been alone. And, you know, gameplay-wise, that works well, because it goes towards the strength of what you can simulate in a game. So, I'm pretty much expecting that, you know, we've seen all the companion-related gameplay that we will ever get in this game. Like, sometimes we will have a companion or two follow us to some location, And sometimes we'll have companions standing like on the in the rafters or whatever you would say, standing somewhere and supporting Aloy during a battle, like in the boss fight in the original Horizon, in the final battle, where, you know, all your friends showed up and you had them standing there pretending to combat at various points of that last battle, kind of to explain how Aloy survived all of this, because some people around her kept her back free so she could make her way through. And on the other hand, Aloy also, you know, supported some of them again. It's a back and forth again. And so I'm not sure, like, if something like this happens, it will be in a cutscene or something. Like that someone will be, that there will be a moment where we go like, okay, now this person has been attacked helping Aloy, and then suddenly this other person like does some dramatic moment or something and helps them.
Now that you know who the enemy is, do you have any questions?
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you. I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
That's basically him. I leave the strategy to you. I'm the spear, you know, like just use me to hit them on the head or something.
I should go. Feel free to check in on Recaro and your people. Door's always open here.
I will. May the 10 walk with you.
That's also nice that his greeting gesture just now, I would like that better than the proper formal salute. Like that it's just like some ritualized gesture based on
train the body,
salute.
Train the mind. That's what the chief always says.
Okay, let's see. Plowhorn. Do we have any overrides? Yeah, we still don't have the Plowhorn stuff. I guess we have all the overrides we can get. So we have to find Plowhorns somewhere. Oh, but Plowhorns are the Triceratops. They're not... Oh, I completely misunderstood that then. I think we had a location with Plowhorns. Yeah. So I guess we can just do that next stream or so. Grab a Plowhorn or two.
If you keep frowning that hard, you'll get wrinkles.
I just don't get this last part.
Maybe we can look at it together later. Have a conversation about it.
I'd like that.
Really like students learning together. Wait, let's see if this has recovered now. Nope. Okay. Well, I guess then we'll finally finish this quest and deliver Ether to Gaia and see what happens. I kind of hope it will just go right and we won't get something like, oh, the Zeniths actually poisoned the Ether module, put a virus in it or something.
Welcome back, Aloy. When you're ready, please merge Ether with me. Afterwards, I must discuss an important matter with you.
But it's interesting. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't build up all this base for us to do that, you know. There's this other game where basically you start the game and and you have the standard character look, and then you character design it for a plot reason. Basically, you're getting a new face, and you go through the character designer to design that new face, and then the plot is such that you don't actually get your new face, so they're kind of tricking you, and you're still running around with the old standard character's face. And that's I don't think Horizon tries to be clever and mean like that. You know, it's why make the player go through something if they're then not going to be able to use it? Not to mention, you know, like why build a character creator or anything like that. I mean, this here is... most of the systems we see here are not really different from any other settlement. It's just you interact with something. And I guess the override unlocking... kind of like, why would they bother adding that screen if they then kept you from it?
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
But anyway, so I kind of, like, wouldn't have been... like, I don't think this game would do it, but it's, like, something I thought about. Like, what if I put one of these systems in there and it basically goes and deletes Gaia or something, and we lose our base. And maybe the Zeniths attack or something, destroy the base. So, yeah, but I don't think this game will do it, at least not this early on. They're not the kind to kind of cut off strands of story from you until... I don't know, at least if this game is anything like the previous game in those regards. You know, I mean, this game changes, and so it could be that at some point they go, okay, now we're going to try to be a little more clever.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, The Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. So maybe it's not them then.
Okay, that's interesting. Of course, the question... So what could be here, that's my theory for now, is that it's not the Eleuthia that was, you know, split from Gaia, but that it was actually like maybe a prototype or a copy. Although, yeah, again, then why would it be secret? Like, if it was a routine transmission, you'd say that it's a backup. That's just, you know, starting up and go, okay, where's my Gaia? Or, of course, it could be something like the Zeniths started up an Eleuthia and started messing with it or something, and then Eleuthia went like, something's wrong here, and kind of is now going, okay, you need to save me. Or maybe it's even something on the Zenith ship, that maybe they have some of the systems. Maybe there are, you know, some people among the Zeniths who are actually not interested in destroying this iteration and taking over, but rather just joining with the reborn humans like Aloy. So that'll be interesting, I guess.
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
All right, I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Eleuthia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
And that was the cool route for us. Neat. Cradle of Echoes. It would be kind of...
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
Okay, another room unlocked. Okay, so that's Aloy's room.
Door won't open. Guess Gaia hasn't been able to restore access yet.
Unbelievable.
Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, so these are basically VR chairs? Oh, but there's some hidden access, I guess. Okay, you know,
Where's the speed?
what must Gaia be thinking? Hey, I built this place for you. You just tear out stuff.
Another room. What for?
Wrong button. Okay. Doesn't look like I can get in there yet.
Switch to a private log? Okay, so... Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked-away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
Okay. So that's another quote-unquote collectible, I guess. Where we'll be able to probably find more hidden rooms in the entire place.
Oh, I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
Huh, okay, so that's where our friends...
Looks like Erend and Katalo moved their stuff in.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything. The sleeping nooks sadly seem to have few things. Oh, but they actually... I wonder whose that is. I mean, he's kind of built a protective wall. Lots of bits of metal, so that could be Erend, I guess, because he builds stuff. And there seems to be like a work table or something. Yeah, I guess so. And then I guess this must be Kotalo's place. Or wait, there's actually booze here, so maybe that's Erend? I don't know. Still cute. I'm a little bit sad that I can't really tell who this stuff belongs to, but maybe it isn't even that separate, you know, maybe they're kind of sharing the living space, and so, you know, that might all be Erend's stuff, and Kotalo might be here, behind the privacy barrier. I think that's probably, it's more likely that this over there is Kotalo's stuff. And these are probably... You know, like, this is probably stuff that he uses to build weapons, maybe? I don't know. Alright. Oh, I think we almost I don't think we went in here last time. Okay, and here is a door that we didn't know about. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if that's just to justify us spelunking in this place some more. Or if this will be, you know, a plot point later where, I don't know, we're invaded or something and we can sneak through. Oh. So, is it alone again? Anything
I thought
else
you were
to
leaving.
talk about? Yeah, I guess I am.
Right, I should probably go.
Is it true you're investigating a signal coming from one of Gaia's seedlings?
Maybe. We'll know for sure when we check it out.
Be careful.
We will.
Oh right, of course they're not talking anymore because Varl is one of the dudes who came in and told us we can't do this alone. Okay, so let's just have a quick peek. So that's a level 20 quest. Cradle of Echoes. Oh, interesting. All my other quests are on hold now. Huh. Okay, so I guess this is an important quest. This is new for the Horizon games. That they actually give me a quest that locks me out of everything else. I guess they're trying to create a sense of urgency. And I mean that works. Alright, so I guess that's what we'll be doing next time. Is we'll do the Cradle of Echoes.
It'll be a trek to get to the location that Gaia marked.
Yeah, it'll be nice to stretch my legs after being cooped up in here.
Alright, so that's it then. Thank you for sticking around, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for another fun little stream, and apparently we'll be doing the Cradle of Echoes then, whether we want to or not.
The angry orb that we thrashed at the battle for Meridian. Right now, that was another one of those subordinate function things.
Yeah, that one was called Hades.
Huh. And you said Aloy ended it for good, right? Gaia doesn't need it?
I think we're all better off without it.
Okay. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.